This is the first time that we've been able to do this. And it's the result of legacy funds, funds that were allocated by the people of Minnesota when they voted on the constitutional amendment allowing funds for conservation, art, history, culture. The library's got a small portion of that, and it is providing us an opportunity to do those connections, to showcase this talent that we haven't before. We are showcasing 33 artists and performers across our 9 buildings, 9 public library buildings in Anoka County today. I think that it's a great investment to enhance our lives, to support the arts, and to be able to share that culture across generations and across diverse members of our community. So I'm very pleased that we're able to be here today.
The Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund have allowed libraries to do the types of programming we've never been able to do. When we started planning our events, we wanted to do something that would reach a wide diversity of audiences. We wanted people of every age, people who liked every genre of music, people who were interested in a variety of art forms, to have something that they could relate to. What we came up with is a library crawl, and we called it Live at the Library. So today at all of our buildings we have a wide assortment of events going on. Our artists range from a water-based oil painter to a fly tyer to pottery experts and a book sculptor, which is a very unique form of art. Our performers range from folk music to guitarists who are very innovative and do most of their own stuff. We have a lot of jazz groups. We've got the Land O'Lakes Choir Boys. So we tried to find something that everybody could relate to. We really felt it was important to reach all of our community residents with our programming.
The libraries in Anoka County are much more than just a resource for books and magazines. They do provide a significant service in areas like arts and culture. And today it's an event where we're really showcasing some of these other amenities that we offer at our libraries so that families become reacquainted, for those that haven't visited us for a while, that there's just really a lot of exciting things that you do find in the local libraries. Libraries are really a community center, and I've often said that my favorite word is community, and communities can be a lot of things. It can be a family, it can be a congregation, it can be a neighborhood, but more often it's more associated with a town or a city or a larger geographic area. And the libraries are kind of a central point to these communities, and that's really a gathering point that people come to not only get reacquainted with their neighbors, but get reacquainted with a lot of other events that are happening in their community. Throughout Anoka County today, all the libraries are hosting special events that are designed to reacquaint families with the resource that they have in their community. And it's really exciting. We're seeing a great turnout. We've seen a lot of excitement in the eyes of the children as they discover new things in the library, and it really makes a visit worthwhile.
It's just good to be exposed to everything, get a little taste and learn about music and classical music. It's a very complex instrument, but it's an instrument of great antiquity. The pluck of the bowstring got the harp started, just that little pluck, and then they started to add a few more strings, and then the body, and that was the birth of the harp, way, way back, thousands of years ago. It's also just nice to be a part of a community event like this in a library. I love libraries.
Libraries just aren't about books anymore, and I think that it just kind of stirs the imagination to be able to come to the library and see this different medium, for lack of another word. I think it gives people exposure. You know, there might be a lot of people who aren't ever going to go somewhere to hear that nice jazz playing. And this guy doing the carving, I mean, I've never seen that, and I'm 58 years old.
With tip carving, you make the cut with one continuous cut only. You don't whittle it to get where it goes. My designs wrap right over the top of the box. None of them ever incorporate designs like this. And I've been asked so many times I should write a book of designs. And to me, That's work. This is enjoyment.
The old quilts that are here are from my quilt collection. I use them in my quilt history and fabric history lectures that I do. We look at how quilters have used color in the last 200 years here in America. And it's been wonderful meeting the folks from the area. They've had great questions. They've looked at several things. I've heard about a great number of grandma's quilts, which is always the way it is. I probably was 2.5 years old, lying on the floor under the quilt frame, watching their hands go up and down with the needle, and that is my earliest childhood memory.
Libraries are so many things, and I think in this case it's kind of about art and about other kind of interests that people cultivate. Certainly through books we cultivate those interests as well. And maybe more importantly, to bring the community together, to bring people to the library, to get them involved in activities that are going on here, to meet each other, to engage people who are involved in other kind of interests beyond maybe just library books, but artistic, endeavors. So I think that we support that. And this is really a fun opportunity, I think, to kind of put all those things together into one event.
Today especially, we can learn about our arts and cultural heritage and take that back with us and hopefully improve our lives and be inspired for the future.
The library was just the perfect vehicle for doing this, and I think that we were able to connect the library with a lot of performers and artists that they otherwise wouldn't have known about too.
I think we should have arts days. We should have all kinds of days at the library, and we do have them every day. That brings together a local artist. There are so many of them that are talented in Anoka County, and they don't always get an opportunity to show their talent and their artwork and the product of their talent, and so this gives them an opportunity to come here. It gives the people from Anoka County an opportunity to see the kind of talent that we do have in this county, and so I think that's very appropriate to have that kind of event at our local libraries.
I think libraries are vital to our communities for several reasons. One is that they're available to everyone. The information is free. People can come in, they can learn things, they can research things, they can build their resumes, they can get help on computers, they can associate with other young families, with other adults. It's a community location. There's meeting rooms where you can schedule your meeting for free. There's wonderful people that know a lot of things. So if you have a question about something, the library is the place to go.
There was one woman at one of the libraries, had her son with her, and she took him to every single artist, and they sat down and talked to the artist. And he was a little shy at first. He didn't really, want to approach a stranger, but she kind of brought him along, and they sat and talked with the artist, and you could tell he was just really into each and every one of those things. So that was just great to see, because that was the intention, for people to experience things that they hadn't seen before and to get a little more of an idea of what's involved in art. I see the end product, but I don't see how does that happen. And that was the idea, was they got a chance to see art every step of the way. So, and the reaction was really, really positive.
The library is always there if there's a skill you want to pick up or a topic that you're interested in. If you want to find something out, the library is the place to come.